So I had just did a few DoorDash orders. This is the first time, and the first one was cool. But the problem is their app really sucks. I mean, compared to the Uber app, it's Uber app is so much easier to use. DoorDash, I don't know what the heck goes on, because you leave the order at someone's door, you try to take a picture, and I don't know if it's my phone that is slow, but it takes a long freaking time for it to operate my camera. And so I had to end up taking a picture apart from DoorDash, see if I can upload it in the app, and it just didn't do it. So I had to end up saying that I gave it to the customer, and that's for both of them. And the second delivery, I just had to go it seemed like 7 miles away from where I was, a little more than what I wanted. And I had to go back in the boonies and stuff just to deliver it. And today is not the coolest day out there. It must be close to 90 degrees. And of course, the air don't work. And, and this heat would really just drive somebody nuts. I mean, I really can't imagine what the homeless people, how they're dealing with that. But even along those lines, I knew that there were going to be the homeless out there behind the store that I usually go behind, because I try to avoid the traffic. So I'll go behind the store to avoid all that traffic. And I knew that there was a few homeless people, so I got a couple of bottles of water, even though they weren't cold, and I gave it to them. And I noticed that they already had bottles of water, which is good, because as hot as it is, if I was out here, I'd be getting one of those bottles of water and pouring it on myself. But I noticed one of them sitting down. Well, actually, both of them were sitting down, and it looked like one of them had food that he was eating. So that brings me to the reason of this video, where Jesus said, take a look at the sparrows. None of them fall to the ground without the Father's knowing. And, and He feeds the birds, as small as they are. If you notice, they walk on the ground and they peck through the dirt, and I believe that they can find their food. It's not only the food that God provides in the ground, but also probably the food that people litter, that they eat. And so, I was just thinking that God takes care of even the less fortunate. That I don't care what people say about Christianity. They can say that Christians are hypocrites and such like that, but God works through compassion, and Christians know what the scriptures say, that whoever does to the least of my brother, you've done it to me. So when you give food to the less fortunate, you're giving it to Jesus, and that is the law that's in our hearts. And I mean, it's not a law that we're commanded to follow. It's an option. But we know that through compassion, that's how Jesus works. And so God provided food for even these homeless people. And, I mean, as hot as it is, God works through the compassion. He sees what they're dealing with. And I recall, my wife and I, we were making spaghetti dinners for the homeless people. And there happened to have been one homeless guy that we had given it to. And unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. I guess he died of sunstroke. But, I mean, Christians know what the Word says, and so we want to do what is best to honor God through that, to show His love and to show His compassion. And like I said, I mean, people can call Christians hypocrites, but I mean, who operates through the mercy and compassion? You know? I mean, it could be other religions as well that do so, but whether they know it or not, if they are working through compassion, compassion is God. Love is God. So they're doing it through God. But I just wanted to share that. I mean, we worry about how we're going to make it, but we need to see the testimony of a lot of these homeless people, that God takes care of them, so why wouldn't He take care of us? So I'm going to go home briefly because I'm going to try to get in the cold for a little bit before I go back out and maybe do some more deliveries. I mean, it wouldn't be bad if there was enough gas, but because of the gas prices, you can't do much. And since the air conditioner's not working, I can't sit in my car with it on, because not only would that drain the gas, but so, I just wanted to share that with you, and I pray that encourages you. I mean, if you're going through a hard time and not sure of God's provision, I mean, look back at this. That God takes care of the sparrows, and He takes care of the homeless. He sees their needs, He touches the hearts of people around Him, and He provides. So He'll do the same thing for us in our needs. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you for taking the time to watch.